I traveled to Japan just to find a Supra or a Skyline, the most iconic Japanese cars from Fast and Furious. Today, I'll share some context about who I came with to see them. Look at this! We're in the Fast and Furious house. I don't know if... Who do you consider yourself? Toretto? Paul Walker?
He brought it from Japan. He brought a real JM from Japan. That's why it has the steering wheel on the right.
A real JM, huh? No modifications?
What's great about this Boomix is that it has the original bumper from the movie.
What? It's signed too, right?
Yes, and this frame has the original signatures, as you can see.
That's the bumper, for those who can't see. And for those who don't know what it looked like, I'll show you some shots here.
That bumper is called Stump 5.
Let it squeal, let it squeal! Oh, so good, I like it, I like it. For your information, a Skyline can cost $250,000 in the United States. And now the awesome combo is ready. Just look at that, wow.
For me, this Nissan 300C30 is the most special car. We call it the Phoenix because it was stolen from me twice. What? What we wanted with this car was to make it a replica of the one from Fast and Furious 4, the one from the movie.
Okay, let's try it out. Let's see if it's comfortable, huh? Hello family, and welcome to the House of Fast and Furious. These two cars around me are just a preview of what's coming in today's video. Of course, these cars right now are worth more than a Lamborghini, more than a Ferrari, and they're only getting more valuable. So I invite you to stay until the end of the video because we're definitely going to be doing burnouts. We're going to be looking at the modifications they have, which turn out to be some of the most modified in the world. And of course, you're going to hear stories that will leave you speechless. So let's not waste any more time and let's go. Let's see what these little gems are all about inside. Action! You might be wondering whose jewels are these? Come this way. Here we have one of the most controversial car people in Argentina, right? They said if you want action or craziness, he's a drift driver. And what we're seeing here are some of the gems he owns. In a moment, we'll be checking out his whole arsenal. But honestly, we're basically in the Fast and Furious house. Who do you think you are? Are you Toretto, Paul Walker, or someone else?
Which one is the shortest of them all? I should be that one.
The little guys always get big engines to justify themselves, right?
Yeah, look at that.
Don't just look at that. I mean, the big truck.
You didn't see the limousine?
Oh, you have a limousine too?
Yes, there's a B10 Triton.
No, this is just a small collection since he customizes cars throughout Argentina. He also has some in Chile and Paraguay. I've heard you're controversial for street races. You're the king of burnouts.
I've raced and won championships in many places, but no major channel has ever called me. One day I sped up on the street. I was driving pretty fast on the street and there was a mess. It was in all the newspapers everywhere. The president of Argentina mentioned me and I ended up in jail. They kept a Porsche Cayenne Turbo. The state kept it, and I was the only person in the history of Argentina who went to jail for speeding. I've never made a living from street racing, never, not at all. But well, they said those were eccentricities, that I showed off too much, and that caused a kind of rejection. This and that, and then on social media I showed the opposite.
That sounds familiar, but I don't know who's been in the newspapers. Also, we have a guest here saying, no. What's up, bro?
What's up, King?
What do you think about these jewels?
For me, honestly, it's crazy, all these cars. Yeah, all of this.
He's an Argentinian from Buenos Aires, excited about your cars, but now scared, asking, what am I doing here with a criminal? No, don't believe that. He's a car lover. Let's see what gems he shows us, right? Just so you get an idea, they took an Audi R8 and did donuts in one of the busiest areas of Buenos Aires. The police seized that Audi R8 and used it as a police car. Then they auctioned it off. Just so you know, in Argentina, the law is taken very seriously. If I filmed this in Argentina instead of Mexico, we'd all be in jail. Good thing we're in Argentina and,
Well, good for you guys, because I'm staying here.
Have you ever been to jail?
No, I had a few run-ins with the police, but nothing serious.
Today is going to be the day. No? Do you prefer the Skyline or the Suprita?
And the Skyline.
Yeah, he knows the Suprita. Oh, for me, in fact, I was really close to buying one in Spain because their prices are going up. This is a completely different modification, another level. It also has the steering wheel on the right. Because obviously it's not from Argentina, it's been imported. But anyway, when we see all this ventilation, it means it's been well modified. So, where is this car from?
This car is a real Japanese domestic market from Japan, so it has a right-hand steering wheel.
A real Japanese domestic market, huh? No modifications?
No, it's a real Japanese domestic market from Japan. It's the S-Type version, which is different from the twin-turbo 2JZ GTE. It's an S-Type with a 6-speed 16x transmission, larger disc brakes, and a few extras.
Or it comes ready to crank up the power. And I love that it has a kind of body kit, right? Actually, you have several.
Yes, exactly. I have several, actually, right there.
Look there. Who has a body kit? Can we show it?
Yes, actually, look, I'm going to show you something that will interest you.
Who has a body kit in their living room? That's crazy. Look at that.
This right here is from Boom Mex. This is a Bell Side 2, and what's great about this Boom Mex body kit is that it's the original bumper from the movie.
What? And it's also signed, right?
Yes, it's here with the original signatures. As you can see, here is my certification in the United States.
Wow, how did you get that? How do you get things like that?
The thing is, I'm a stunt double for movies. I film for movies as a stunt double for Argentina, and we've worked on other movies in different places. But you make contacts, you get to know people, and I have a friend who works in Hollywood who told me, hey, there's this opportunity. Are you interested? Yes, I'm interested. All right, come on.
More or less, just so you get an idea, how much could something like that cost you? Because it can't be cheap.
Well, this painting was bought when Paul Walker was alive. When Paul Walker was alive, this painting, each signature had its own price. Walker's, the guy's. Surprisingly, Vin Diesel's was the most expensive at the time. And the total of all the complete signatures made the painting worth $15,000 to $20,000.
Okay.
Since Paul Walker's death and as time has passed, I've been offered $80,000 for the painting, but didn't sell it.
Exactly. That's going to go up for sure.
It's gonna keep going up.
Of course.
And altogether, with the bumper, since the certification includes the bumper, it goes up to $100,000, $100 and something thousand.
So you bought the frame with the bumper, which is there. You can see it's identical.
Here's a photo showing each signed item. Paul Walker is right behind the Supra, so you can spot him.
Exactly. That's the bumper. For those who can't see, and for those who don't know what it looked like, I'll leave you some shots here.
Well, that bumper is called Stump 5. What does Stump 5 mean? It means that for each shot, a different car and a different bumper were used. Well, that's one of the bumpers that was used for the shot. When the Supra jumps while running, the motocross bike jumps and lands. Well, about 20 or 30 bumpers were broken there. That's one of the ones that broke, number 5.
Okay.
I mean, take 5 of that jump.
Yeah, I can imagine if there was just one, think how valuable it would be.
It's wild. One of the cars used, I think the Static 3 is actually a Supra. With an automatic transmission, not a manual one, but a naturally aspirated engine. I mean, without a turbo. It sold for $438,000 at auction. And today there's an auction that's reaching $1 million for that car. And it's one of the cars from the movie. Just one.
Did you have a spare $1 million to buy it?
Yeah, we'll take it, no problem.
I can tell you like American things, but in Japan, you have a woman caring for you almost like a doll.
Yeah, we have quite a lot of things here.
And well, over here, there are a lot of motorcycles for the little ones. This is just the living room? Wow, look at that pool and the view. So, what do you think?
Did even Argentinians know this existed?
No, honestly, no.
All right, I'm bringing you some epic content here.
And well, here is Supita. Let's see, let's turn it on, shall we? Let's see how it sounds. You can tell there's something solid inside.
Yeah, I don't live here, that's why it's all covered in dirt. I live in Capital, 60 kilometers away, and only visit here on weekends.
Just look at that, what a beauty.
Well, this car has a 2JZ GTE engine, 2JZ, wow.
What doesn't this Supra have? How much time did you spend getting it ready? Because, I mean, obviously you didn't buy it like this.
It's not just the time spent building it, it also breaks down.
And does it come with those parts?
You put it back together and put it back together, and sometimes maybe it's just you put something on that breaks, and that breaks something else. For example, we added a clutch because the original would often burn out from the engine's power.
Well, yeah, so it wouldn't burn out.
When we put in the clutch started breaking in other things, like the axles, the transmission, because everything was already like that, so we changed the axles. And well, then the differential started to break and so on.
It's a whole different world. I mean, did you guys think it was just about adding accessories and tuning it? No, you have to adapt everything, you have to reinforce it. So how much horsepower does it have?
This one, but it's already a 700 with the nitrous. We don't really know, because with the nitrous, we can't put it on the dyno. So we know that on the dyno, it's over 500, but then with the nitrous...
Let's see, show us the nitrous. Let's see what this is all about. Let's see, I feel like I'm in Fast and Furious, huh? I like that the steering wheel is original, like in Japan. Is that to prevent theft or something? Let's see how the beast sounds, right? Oh, look.
The exhaust keeps it quieter now. Otherwise, the neighbors would kick me out.
Yeah, right? Okay, it sounds subtle. I thought it would sound louder when it's cold. But it has the exhaust because if not, how are the neighbors going to notice? They already hate you as it is. I mean, just imagine having these cars is no small thing, and it has the Japanese license plate. Remember, you can't get certified here for obvious reasons. Check out the nitro.
They're not the largest tanks. To give you an idea, you can press the button about 40 times with these tanks. Pressing the tank 40 times will break the button. Having both tanks is unnecessary.
It's more for decoration and for the show, right?
It's for aesthetics and to balance the weight since they're heavy.
Leave a big like if you want us to test these beasts on the track. They look great, but let's hear them roar. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I like it. I like it. That's the sound of an orgasm, right?
I liked it.
It sounds thin when it's not.
Yeah.
And you brought this one from Paraguay, right?
What we do is bring it from Japan to Chile.
Due to geography, it's better to go through the Pacific to Chile than via Paraguay. Because in Paraguay, I have some licenses and other things that allow me to bring in cars with the steering wheel on the right. And in Chile, they don't let you take the car out of the country if it has the steering wheel on the right. You can only bring it to the free trade zone, and to take it out, you have to switch the steering wheel. And it's a shame, especially with this kind of car, because it's very hard to change it.
I mean, just so you get an idea, it's a real hassle to bring in this kind of car. Cars are already tough. Now picture driving with the steering wheel on the right. Obviously, they have foreign plates. Obviously, these cars aren't sold here. I mean, there are very few exotic cars, and these aren't just exotic, they're also very limited. A Skyline can cost $250,000 in the United States. And not only that, but today he's actually getting the second one.
He brought two, both imported and unregisterable. Even if you wanted to buy or register one, you couldn't.
So that's why it has the United States license plate. In fact, look at that. In a bit, I'll be showing you all the modifications it has. Because the reality is, look, it's obviously also set up for racing. I mean, the difference is that he has them and he gets them ready. So, look at this carbon fiber rear end.
As you can see, this is a California license plate.
Now we've got the awesome combo. Look at that, wow. Let's take a look at the interior of this beauty. This is what a Supra looks like inside.
This is a Momo race steering wheel with an NRG system, the type used in Formula Drift for installation. The best part of this system is the little bell sound. Man. And what this system allows is that it has some connectors to pass current through. So from here we can connect the nitro system with other types of steering wheels. We don't have this current connector, so we wouldn't be able to connect it. This button activates nitro. It's enabled here. If I connect it, pressing this button opens the solenoid valves.
That's crazy. I like it because it's like a capsule. Independent from the driver. Literally, I mean, look, I have absolutely nothing. Oh, what's that? Let me see.
It's to know the speed when you go over 300.
So I can let you know and say, hey man, you're going over the speed limit, let's calm down. We're warming it up since we can't take it out, but it'll put on a show for us. Let's see what happens.
Here, we're called smoke makers, so this is how we make smoke.
Let's see what this smoke is all about. Well, let's see what this smoke is all about. Even his license plate flew off. What do you think? Do we need a Supra in our lives?
So delicious, yes.
It smells so good, doesn't it?
Nothing. It's like you're already convincing me to buy a Supra, huh? It used to be a Nissan, now it's a Supra.
Yeah, actually, it's a Mer now. They're fun, nice. Wow, what a beauty, huh? And look at its little eyes. It even blew off the license plate and everything. Those cars are also famous for burning rubber. Wow.
Look at how wide the tire is, right? Because you might think the wheels are tiny, that's why it skids. But if you look from back here, just how wide it is.
They're really wide.
They're wide, they're big.
Since we're here and I haven't shown them yet, let's check out some gems before we get to the highly anticipated Nissan GTR.
I'm going to take the car out.
Perfect. That's it. Which one do you like the most out of the ones here? The Porsche, right? That's the thing. I mean, you come into this garage and you don't know what's inside. I'm sure the Porsche is among the calmest here.
Looks can be deceiving.
Exactly. Appearances can be deceiving, especially when we have a crazy tuner here. Look at that. Wow. I mean, I'm living a dream right now. What do you think? Wow. Just look at that. Whoa. The awesome combo. The combo of my dreams. That pair of rear ends.
We also have a classic Toyota white body and a big truck over there. Of the cars you have there,
Which one is the most special?
The most special one here, that for me, or the most special in general, because there's a car that I have more affection for, and is the most special to me, and other cars that aren't. For example, for me, the most special car is this Nissan 300 GTX right here. We call it the Phoenix because it was stolen from me twice. It was stolen from me twice.
And here it is.
Both times it was stolen, it was found completely dismantled. Once it turned up dismantled at the Paraguay border, with a person who took it to a car event on a mosquito truck. We call the trucks that carry other cars mosquito trucks. And that truck went to another country, and that person in detail had problems. I mean, they had cars that didn't match the numbers. So they seized all of that and did another raid. So again, until it was confirmed that everything was in order. Then they gave it back to me and we got moving again. But it also has a very important story, which is that I was dating the daughter of the Japanese ambassador in Argentina. When I was a kid, this was her father's car, the only one with those features.
I mean, this is something super mega rare because
Here in Argentina, it's super mega rare. In the rest of the world, maybe a 300 ZX isn't that rare, but here it is. This situation with a right-hand drive Japanese domestic market and a Z Fairlady version.
I mean, this car is possible because it was registered with the Japanese embassy. Just so you get an idea, because I was with the daughter of...
It had diplomatic plates.
diplomatic plates shows the significance here. This car's story is truly unique. And well, but also, it's just that all of this...
Well, this is a car. This Nissan 300 is a car that generally costs a third or a quarter of what the Porsche is worth. It cost me twice as cheap as this car. With all the problems there were.
How did you get the car back? I picture you pulling a Jackie Chan move. You've got guts.
There were two situations. One was just like you said. We had to go straight to Paraguay, argue and confront people and bring others along. It was complicated. The alternative was just the legal route. Which, well, meant getting all the paperwork proving.
I'm coming from the Japanese embassy, man.
Well, actually, there's a little story about a car in the same color. A Lamborghini that's one of 15 in the country. The same thing happened. It was stolen and taken to Paraguay. The Lamborghini is there. I'll send you photos. It appeared while promoting a winery. Violeta SB Diablo Lamborghini. One of only 15 worldwide and the only one in South America, brought from Mexico. The same thing happened to this car. Because at one time in Paraguay, the motor vehicle registry only required an invoice to register a foreign car. And it's very easy to make an invoice. They used to steal people and take them there. Now the currency exchange no longer benefits them.
No, the stories this man has to tell. We could stay here all day. Leave a like if you'd like a part 2. But anyway, there's so much to see here.
Next, important cars. This one is a replica from a series called Initial D. It's our otaku side. It's painted in the same color and built just like in the series. In fact, it's going to be shown at an exhibition now, a very important anime Comic Con, and we're going to take it. But the thing about this car is that this is important. It's caged, it's prepared, it's built, and it was for drifting. It's an RX-7. For those unfamiliar, it's a car without pistons. It has an engine called a rotary or Wankel engine, which is a 3-rotor engine. Amazingly, this engine produced nearly 300 horsepower from the factory, with a 1.3-liter displacement. That's more like a motorcycle engine. However, it was one of the 5 Japanese one of the 5 Japanese cars that made the gentleman's agreement, as it was called, while all the others were limited to 282 horsepower, so that no one would build something that surpassed the other brands. And this was one of them. It's a very iconic car.
There's the Mustang zone. Now let's reveal the gem everyone's been waiting for. That's the Nissan GTR. You have another coming, right?
We have a GTT coming. For example, this car is a Nissan Skyline GTR. But what's happening? A lot of people have said, hey, but it looks like a GTT. It's a GTT. Why? We created a hybrid between my GTT and a GTR. Everyone kept asking me why. Well, what we wanted with this car was for it to be a replica of the one from Fast and Furious 4, the one from the movie. If you watch the movie, it features rare Bolt R30 wheels that haven't been made in a long time. It has a kit. This color is called Ocean Blue. Well, a couple of details inside with the OMP carbon knob and so on.
Here we have the tribute.
Exactly. My goal was for this car to be identical to the one in the movie. What's happening? In the movie, it's a GTR. But actually, to make all the cars that were used, they used GTTs. And the GTTs, which are a little bit cheaper, are rear-wheel drive, not all-wheel drive. So what happens? When you watch the movie, anyone who knows a bit about cars realizes that The car in the movie, even though it looks like a GTR on the outside, is actually a GTT for two reasons. You can see it in the video. One, when the car is heading out to race, it's doing a burnout, just like I did with the Supra, which is staying in place, burning rubber. How does an all-wheel drive car do that? To do a burnout, lock the front axle and spin the rear axle. It must be two-wheel drive. If it's front-wheel drive, you brake with one hand and accelerate with the front axle, but this isn't possible with all-wheel drive because there's nothing to keep it in place. It wouldn't be able to stay put. So the burnout that car does shows that it's two-wheel drive, not all-wheel drive. So it's a Gran Turismo touring mechanically, not a Gran Turismo racing. And then a car drifts sideways if it's rear-wheel drive, not all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive cars do Gymkhana instead. And the wheel would be pointing to the opposite side of where the camera is looking, where it's turning and going sideways, which is to the right, Toretto's side. So because of those details, I said I want the car to not only look exactly like the one in the movie, which for now is still missing the air intake and a couple of other details, but also to be mechanically the same. So we took out all the mechanics, but to put in the mechanics of a GTT, we had to do a downgrade. And that, well, was a complication. And it was a car that was pointed out by a lot of people here in...
It was heavily criticized since people didn't know the full story.
I'm not sure if it was criticized, but yes, people usually expect you to upgrade cars, not downgrade them. So that's what happened.
Let's look inside now. We've seen the outside and the steering wheel is actually on the other side.
This is the logo of the guys who are fans. They have our team's logo and everything. And where the car, as you can see, has parts from the GTR, it has parts from the GTT. One of the important details it still has from the GTT is that it doesn't have the screen. Why doesn't it have the screen? Because when we changed the mechanics, the screen became completely useless. So we had to put in a separate computer. What did we do? We put in the GTT gauges. Then the dashboard, as you can see, is a GTT dashboard. It's a dashboard that goes up to 180. It doesn't say GTR or CNI, etc., etc. The seats, we put in these bright seats, which aren't exactly the right ones. The correct ones are OMP brand seats, just like the gear shift knob. We haven't been able to get them. The screen we installed is the same brand and model as the one used in the video or in the movie, with the drawings it has, just like in the movie, which are the ones you see when you use the car's global positioning system.
This car is the closest they've gotten to the one from Fast and Furious. I think they've done a great job. So yes, it can be started. It's working.
Yeah, there are still a couple of things to modify, but we'll start it up now. I can also show you the original mechanics inside, including the integral gearbox if you want.
They removed every screw. That's crazy, right?
The car was gray, not blue. When we bought it, we wanted it to look like the gray car with blue stripes from Fast and Furious 2. Since the car is common and overdone, we decided to try something different.
I like it. Let's see what this is about. I'm really excited. I have no idea how many hours, parts, or effort went into this. I hope you appreciate it because...
This spoiler, for example, is a full carbon spoiler. As you can see, everything has carbon parts, carbon pieces. But however, in the movie, only this part is carbon. This spoiler needs painting, which makes me a bit sad since the carbon won't be visible afterward.
That's correct.
But that's what's coming next. The spoiler is going to be painted, and there's going to be an air intake on the hood. The hood is already made of fiberglass, but it's going to be an air intake, so it looks exactly like the spoiler. And well, I don't know if you want to get in and you want to...
Let's see, let's try it. Wow, it's narrow, huh? What do you think? It's good for going to the club, right? Imagine going to the club with this.
Well, if you want to, right?
Let's see, let's listen to how it sounds. Check this out, what a gem. Sounds beautiful, right?
Take me for a ride.
We can't take it out because it's illegal here. We're literally on top of an illegal car. We already know that.
He says it's illegal in the United States too.
Incredibly, this R34 car is still illegal in the United States. Unless you're a sailor, have a special permit, and have been given the okay to bring it in, you can't have an R34 as of today, right now in the United States.
I mean, this car is banned worldwide.
So yeah, only in Japan and in very few countries. In fact, in Spain, it's also very complicated to get it approved.
It's a very controversial car that not just anyone can have. So,
Is it crazy that we're on top of this?
Yes. So you can start saving up, huh? So you can start streaming.
We need to start streaming. Let's try to get one of these, okay?
That's it. Hard to get out, right? It's got those, and since you're tall, but that's so you can hold on tight. Watch how I get out.
well, it's just that I'm ripped. Hey, it's nice, huh? We have many more treasures too. We could spend all... this is the mansion of Toretto Argentino and of the Toyota that...
It's similar to Han's since it's Japanese, so they claim to work for Han in Argentina.
Yeah, because everything he has is Japanese.
It's true. Do you know who Han is?
Yeah, of course I know who Han is.
No way, I hadn't thought about that.
This BMW is basically saying, well, what's up? Want to race? They made this wide body and are wrapping it in vinyl, as they say here.
This is my daily car. That's why it's dirty like this. It rained yesterday, it rained today, it rained today too, so it's all dirty. It was wrapped in matte black, and now we're adding an otaku-style graphic from the anime Initial D. This car, the Toyota 86, represents a car called the Toyota Trueno. It's from the year 86. That's why it's called Toyota 86. A lot of people don't know that.
I hope you had as much fun as I did. Thanks for letting me see your dream garage. I don't even know what to call it. But I say leave a big like so we can make a second part and maybe take them to the track or do something with these beauties. That's just a small appetizer, right?
The track is the most fun part because we do a lot of things with the cars. We start playing around, and besides we have a track in Cordoba, which is the important part of all this.
That's the good part. I hope you enjoyed it. Follow him. He's a genius with cars. Click the bell and subscribe for part 2. Love you. See you next time, family.